What's up YouTube? Nick here from My World of Square. Today I'm going to be doing a new series called Is It a Read? I'm going to take a book and first I'm going to do a review of it and basically tell what I thought of the book, whether I liked it or not. And then for the second part I'm going to do a summary. I'm going to tell what the book's about, the major points of the book, so that if you don't read it you'll still get the major meat parts of it without all the fluff. And the third part, I'm going to do a recommendation. I'll do a rating from 1 to 10, then I'll either recommend the book or not recommend it. So this was one of the first books, or the first business books I ever actually read. It is a good book. I do really like it. It gives a really good perspective into the mindset of like millionaires and billionaires, and just basically tells how they think. And he also makes a lot of good points and just like basic principles to follow. What I don't like though is that throughout the entire book he never gives any real concrete advice on what to invest in or what to look for in an investment. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is the story of Robert Kiyosaki's two dads. His own dad, who he refers to as his poor dad, and his best friend's dad, who he worked for, who he refers to as his rich dad. Now his own dad actually made more money than his friend's dad for most of his life, but because he didn't know how to spend his money wisely, he ended up dying poor and not being able to leave anything to his kids, while his best friend's dad was able to leave a huge successful company to his son. So the first big point he makes in this book is that your house is not an asset. For years people have said that your biggest asset is your house, and he classifies a house as a liability because he points out in the book that an asset is something that pays you every month or every quarter or however often. It puts money into your pocket, while a liability takes money out of your pocket. By this definition, a house is a liability because each month you have a mortgage and upkeep and taxes that you have to pay. Even if your house is paid off, you still have payments and you're not making money from it. This doesn't mean that it's a bad thing to buy a house. I think it's actually a really good thing to buy a house, but it's not a good thing to buy a really expensive house thinking that it's going to go up in value and make you money, because the chances are, it might go up in value, but it's going to cost you money all along the way. So because that, it's a liability, not an asset. His second major point is to learn through trial and error. He doesn't believe in reading from books so much, or learning from books. His opinion is that the best way to learn is the way that nature teaches us. Like a kid learning to walk, they don't read a book or get told how to walk. They try to walk and fall and then try to walk and fall. And he believes that's the best way to learn anything, is to just get out there and try to do it and fail at it so that you know what not to do, and then keep trying until you succeed. I remember him saying in the book, sometimes I win and sometimes I learn. He said he never loses because either he makes money or he gains knowledge. So whether his investment pays off or not, it's a win-win. He comes out ahead either way. His third major point is that the rich do not work for money. They work to build assets. And remember, an asset is something that pays you. So in that way, instead of them working for their money is actually working for them and making them richer and richer every day. The fourth and final thing to take away from this book is to mind your own business. And that doesn't mean like staying out of other people's business. He's talking about literally owning your own business and working for yourself. because if you work for somebody else, a corporation or a business or something, you're spending your entire life working for something you're never going to own, and you can be fired from it any day. Why would you spend your whole life building an asset for somebody else? Why not start your own business and spend your life building an asset for yourself instead of someone else? So on a scale from 1 to 10, I think I'd give this book an 8 because it is a really good book and he makes a lot of good points in the book. But like I said before, he doesn't ever give any concrete investing advice, and it really feels like it's just missing that. Like there should have been more to the book. So because of that, I'd only give it an 8 out of 10. I would, however, highly recommend his board game, Cash Flow. You can play it online for free. I'll link to the description, or I'll link to the website below. Definitely check that out. Cash Flow is a great learning tool. Thanks for watching. I think this was my longest video, actually. So thank you for staying to the end of it. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button so that you always get updated to see my videos. If there's anything you think I left out or should have added, go ahead and comment below.